Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Take us closer to the journey of Transformers Prime. This is Season 2, Episode 6, Loose Cannons, whatever that means. So, loose cannons. Not really sure, guess we'll find out in the episode what exactly that means. We just wrapped up last week, of course, what was the ending of Operation Bumblebee Part 1, and of course Part 2 was last week. And overall, had a pretty good time with those two-parter in terms of the Operation Bumblebee, because he's been through so much, and I mentioned this in the intro of Part 2, Episode 5 last week, where Bumblebee, he's already lost his voice box, he has to speak through all these random noises and stuff, and now he loses his T-Cog in order to transform. He's been through the ringer. They pushed a lot of shit onto him, and I feel really bad for Bumblebee. And it seems that Ratchet fixed his T-Cog, and I'm still thinking there may be some sort of after effects in terms of, yeah, it was badly damaged, like it was completely destroyed, and somehow, you know, Ratchet was able to fix it, unlike him able to fix the voice box all those years ago. So he kind of redeemed himself, but I think the T-Cog, in terms of the damage, is going to pop up at some point in terms of, like, an issue or a problem with Bumblebee. We'll see what happens, but, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. I really don't. The only thing I can think of is, at some point, I don't think it's going to be right now, we're going to have to go back to Starscream, who lost his T-Cog because Silas and Mech turned on him and stole his T-Cog because he destroyed Bumblebee's, so they stole it from him. So the question is, where does Starscream pop up in the mix later? Because now he lost his basically mode of transportation. Like, what does this character do from here? Like, what's the plan? And they introduced that forge, that hammer device. So that's clearly going to be used for something later as well. So there was a lot of stuff that they kind of left out in the open, and then basically saying, we're going to get back to that later, but who knows if it's going to be sooner rather than later. I'm expecting later, but we'll see what happens. You never know. This show always throws surprises, curveballs, so who knows what's going to happen. So here we go. Let's jump to it now. Season 2, Episode 6, Loose Cannons. Let's go.
But all Autobots are present and accounted for.
Yeah.
Explain why I'm receiving reports of two jumbo-sized bots mixing it up 20 miles outside Omaha.
I don't know. Paint job aside, it can't be Skyquake. You and Optimus pounded him into the ground.
By the Allspark, it is one of ours.
What?
Wheeljack. Jack is back.
So this is actually a new guy? We've seen him before. I think, yeah. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Yeah, help him out. Is it actually them? Yes. Oh, he's gonna scan. Yep. Oh, shit.
Dreadwing.
Actually, that was your handiwork, Sparky.
It's called a gas station, kind of like an Energon depot. Doesn't mix well with blaster fire.
Look, Commander, apologies for the fireworks. Won't happen again. But I tracked Dreadwing across 100 light years of space.
How is old Barnacle Butt?
Not so good, Bulk. Blown to bits, actually.
What? No.
Because he got the sea spray first.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Proximity bomb.
Landing on Earth, I'm guessing. Yep.
Dreadwing has no doubt traveled to Earth to pay allegiance to his one true master.
Are you suggesting we sit back and do nothing?
No.
You
Just.
loose cannon.
Mmm.
Your cowboy antics almost blew our cover. You need to keep a tighter leash on your people, Prime.
A tighter leash?
Oh, shit.
Let me clarify, Tiny. I'm not one of Optimus Prime's people.
Mmm.
The new guy has a little problem with authority.
A little bit.
Wheeljack
Yeah.
and Bulkhead served together in the Wreckers, a combat unit that operated outside the normal chain of command. They accepted missions no one else would, and many of them did not come back.
So maybe that's why he's acting the way he is. Oh.
I seek confirmation of the demise of one whom I considered a brother.
Oh.
How did you learn of his passing? It is true, Skyquake perished at the hands of the Autobots, though not in fact under my watch.
Then by the pit, the Autobots will be punished for their crime.
Will they,
And
though?
many
You keep
others.
trying.
How and when I see fit.
You have the two new characters not wanting to listen to the rules and all that.
Look, even if it weren't for the humans, we couldn't take on the cons right now. There just aren't that many of us left. But if we get behind Optimus, We have a chance to end this once and for all. Being a wrecker meant everything to me, but I left that behind.
Because Prime was the real thing, blah, blah, blah.
Meet me at these coordinates, if you have the spark.
I'll see you there, Khan. You coming with?
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
I wasn't certain you'd come.
I don't
Well, I mean,
like unfinished business.
Well, okay. Oh, we're going in. Okay, let's do it. Ooh. Where's Bulkhead at? Is he hiding somewhere? Oh. There's more. Oh, shit.
Bulkhead!
And he's gone. And you guys fell for it.
Bulkhead signal over 1,000 miles from here. I would have to imagine that Wheeljack is with him.
What took you so long, Bulk? Don't
It's
tell
not
me
Bulk.
riding with Prime has made you soft.
You will not take orders from me, that is one thing. But when you place one of my Autobots in danger...
With all due respect, sir, Bulkhead knew the risks.
You and Bulkhead share quite a history. And
Yeah.
yet you prefer to work alone.
It's probably another trap, so be careful.
Remember,
Blasters and fuel pumps don't mix.
Oh, shit.
Hey, guys.
You really got yourself in a heap of scrap this time, partner.
Sure did. You're being watched. Be careful.
Dreadwing, where are you? Merely pursuing my destiny. Did I not order you to stand
You did, but he
down?
ain't gonna listen. He do as he wants, man.
Jackie, if you don't abort, we're both gonna need cleanup.
Trying to focus here, Bulk. It's like I told you. When the scrap hits the fan blades, the generals are the first to bail.
No, not Optimus.
I will be quite surprised if we ever set eyes upon Dreadwing again.
Oh,
Where is the Prime?
behind you.
Dreadwing,
Exactly.
if you are anything like Skyquake, I know that you value loyalty and honor. But there is another path. Deactivate the bomb.
I didn't leave you on Sandakan, and I'm not leaving you here.
Face it, there's only one bot who can defuse this mess, and his name's Dreadwing.
As if the commander's...
Wait, what? What? That was surprising that he hit him like that. Just run along. Be careful. There's like people that could see this.
Sorry, fishies.
Oh. Wait. Oh, shit.
Out of my way!
You were right. Dreadwing's the only one who can defuse it. And Optimus knows it too.
Here he comes. Oh, shit.
Dreadwing, defuse the bomb.
Defuse won't let you go.
Or fall victim to your own device.
We're not moving.
Very well.
Of course you're gonna do it. That's it? It was almost... Wow, okay. Oh, shit. That's bad. That's really bad.
I just want to say it was an honor watching you work. Not sure if I'm ready to give up my freedom just yet.
Of
Maybe I could
course,
do some
of course.
exploring, see if this rock suits me.
Nice. So he's sticking around. Okay. So now we have two new bots that are going to be sticking around. One we've already seen before, and a new one who is the twin brother of a bot that we saw like way back, like I think it was like episode 6 or something, or 7 of season 1. Like it was a while back. But Wheeljack, who we've already seen before in season 1, and it was like we were being, betrayed or tricked because it actually really wasn't Wheeljack till the very end of that episode because it was all a trick and everything. But Dreadwing, which is voiced by Tony Todd, rest in peace, of course. Like I should have known because that voice, I'm like, that voice sounds familiar for Dreadwing. It's Tony Todd. Like that is cool, man. Like once again, rest in peace. Like a legend in this business. It's so unfortunate he passed away when he did because there was so much more he probably wanted to do. He gave us so much. It was fantastic. But I am surprised that, number one, Wheeljack is actually apparently sticking around. My guess is it's not going to be long term. It's probably going to be a short term, maybe an episode or two or something after this one. We'll see. But I don't expect him to really stick around because I think they've already established the core main Autobots we're going to be kind of focusing on in this show. which of course is Optimus, Ratchet, Bumblebee, Bulkhead, and RC. Anybody else they've introduced in terms of like good or bad robots, in terms of Decepticons, we've seen them from time to time. Like if you think about it, think about the Decepticon, like the line of characters they've introduced that are still around on the show in some capacity. Megatron, of course, is the lead, right? Starscream was, at a time, the kind of co-lead who we saw a lot of as well. Story-wise, it made sense, but still. Then you get into, like, what is it, Breakdown and Knockout or whatever, like these different ones we've seen, but they're not in every episode, or if they're there, it's very small increments, but there's times where they just don't pop up at all, right? And you also have Soundwave, who doesn't pop up hardly at all either. There are definitely some highlights and some moments, but Soundwave is not in every single episode like these characters are for the most part. So it makes sense that, you know, hey, we may want to introduce, but I think it's like a temporary thing to kind of just have a different voice, a different character doing something in an episode. Because think about it. This show has went through now one entire season and also now 5 episodes. This is episode 6 of season 2, where we've had pretty much a lot of the same characters doing a lot of variety of different things and team ups and all that kind of stuff. So now with a new character, Wheeljack, potentially in the mix for a little bit, and watch him leave after the next episode, who knows. But it's potentially just adding something a little different, a little variation, if you will. So we'll see what happens here. I do like how they handled Wheeljack in terms of him being kind of like against following Optimus's orders, because like, I was a breaker or a wrecker or whatever. I was a wrecker with you, Bulkhead, and we didn't call for backup, and we did all this, and we accepted missions no one else would do. People wouldn't come back. It was this whole thing. He didn't want to follow orders. And he also had the same thing as well with Dreadwing, because he's showing up, all he wants to do is kill and take out Wheeljack, and to take out the Autobots that killed his brother. That's all he wanted to do. So Megatron's like, look, we all have to have the same vision. If we start going off the rails, it's all going to fall apart. Basically saying, you're going to listen to me. And Optimus was doing kind of the same thing to Wheeljack, not really in that same kind of tone or response, but stating, this is a very delicate situation we're in terms of we're Autobots in disguise. We cannot expose ourselves. Because I'm honestly surprised at this point that Megatron and the Decepticons just haven't revealed themselves yet to the world. Because the Autobots are doing it for a very specific purpose. Megatron doesn't give a shit. So you would think that maybe they would be like, who gives a shit if people know who we are or that we exist? Let's just reveal ourselves. Let's just go out to New York City, fly our ship over, because I'm assuming there's like a cloaking device, so they're able just to fly around, do whatever the hell they want, and they can't be seen by humans. But what is stopping the Decepticons from just showing up in New York City on a bright, sunny day where there's no question of what people are seeing up in the sky, like I said, a UFO, and they just drop down and land in New York City? What is stopping them from doing that? I've never really thought about that question. But the Autobots, I understand why they're working with the government to some extent, and they're trying to protect the majority of the human race from knowing that they exist and basically trying to protect the planet. But what is stopping the Decepticons from doing the same thing? Because Megatron acts like he doesn't give a shit about anything that's really happening except for his end goals. Is his end goal making a point to not show to the world that they exist? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would just think, if they revealed themselves to the world, the Decepticons, we're not talking about Autobots, Decepticons, then they could be like basically forcing the leaders of the world to do their bidding, to do whatever they want them to do, you know? You would think. But for some reason they haven't. And I'm wondering if it's because, number one, the show would not be what the show is today if they were to do this. So it's probably never going to happen. Number two, you have to then now introduce a ton of new things in the mix in terms of now the human race knows about this. And the whole point, if you've noticed on this show, we hardly ever see humans. And if we do, they're all masked up, or it's like, Silas's, team or whatever. They're all masked up and you don't get to see their faces because of the animation. That's why they've not introduced too many human characters. Like, we're lucky that we have the three teen kids characters, Jack's mom and Agent Fowler, because realistically, the show should be focusing on the Transformers, but they've introduced human characters, but they haven't introduced a lot of human characters. course, Silas is another one, but all the other like henchmen and stuff working for him are all masked up, and they're all voiced by different people, but you never see their faces because they're trying to save budget, because they're spending a lot of their money on the actual Transformers and the movements and the action and all that kind of stuff, and of course paying the voice artists and everything performing these roles. But a lot of their budget is going to the actual visuals of the show, and you can't spend too much on a ton of human characters, because like I mentioned, if they land in New York City, all those people, they'd have to animate a ton of people. It would just be, it'd be so much work to do. So the storyline just wouldn't make sense. So also Starscream was not addressed in this episode. Well, he was addressed for like a second, but he's not actually shown. So I'm guessing he's just running around. Maybe he's building some sort of plan or something to take revenge. Who knows? But Starscream is currently MIA at the moment because, of course, the T-Cog situation, he can't fly around. So he's pretty much screwed. So, yeah, I from here, I don't know where we go. I don't know. I think Wheeljack is going to stick around for a little bit. Not much. And then I'm assuming same thing with Dreadwing. We're probably going to see him from time to time when Tony Todd is available to come back to do the voice. Obviously, I know the show's been done for a long time, but my point, they probably didn't book Tony Todd to do a lot of episodes with this character, Dreadwing. I could be wrong, but I'm not expecting it, and I'm expecting Wheeljack to not stick around because we already have our core characters, so introducing a new one to kind of be there, I don't know. I feel like it's going to cause some tension and butting heads, but maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my theory. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode of Transformers Prime. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'm really curious where we go from here because I have really no idea where we're going from here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.